Well, hello everybody. What's going on? Welcome back to another video with Mr. Dale Souser the Man. Today we're going to be talking about wet-dry vacs. You know, there's a lot about wet-dry vacs that I would like to talk about in this video. You know, there's also a lot of different type of shop vac brands. You know, you got the traditional shop vac brand, rigid, like this one, Craftsman, VacMaster, DeWalt. You know, there's tons of different shop vac brands out there you can get. But again, my particular shop vac here is a rigid. This is the rigid WD-1270, 12 US gallons, 5.0 peak horsepower, which is very, very powerful. Again, there's a lot to shop vacs that I'm going to talk about in this video. First thing, you can see with mine, this comes with a 2.5-inch hose. Of course, in order for all the attachments to fit, they have to be 2.5 inches as well. Now, when I first got this shop vac, it did not come with its original hose. So, of course, I had to get these separate, which I got them from the Home Depot. I've had this shop vac for over 2 years now. It's been a great shop vac. It works really well. I've used it for both wet and dry vacuuming. You might have seen before I've done some water tests with this, and I've made a video on it yesterday, vacuuming the kitchen and my room with it a little bit. But again, it has this hose, this extension wand, along with this other extension wand and this floor tool, also known as the utility nozzle. You can see it goes on there like that. See how well that fits on there. It also has this attachment right here with the brush. I basically consider this to be the floor nozzle with the brush. And then right here is the dusting brush. Then here on the back it has this car nozzle tool with the LED light. That's pretty nice. And then right here it has this water squeegee nozzle tool with this long rubber gasket that helps when you're sucking up water. So those are basically all of its attachments, and I want to show you how you can switch attachments with it. Like, for example, let's say you wanted to take this nozzle off right here. How you would do that is, you can see it has this clip right here. You can just push up on this clip, and then you can just take this attachment off. You can just put this aside or wherever you want to put it. For example, you want to use the dusting brush. Okay, you could take your dusting brush off the machine, like that. You can put this on the shop vac, like so. And now, you can take your dusting brush, it slides on like that. You can see it has this clip here. That way it's not going to just suddenly come off on you. So again, remove it. You can see, you just take that off, hold on to the clip, and then it comes off. See that? Just like that. Very, very nice and convenient, I think. So you can see the shop vac is very, very easy to use. And that attachment's back on. Put the dusting brush back on here. Again, this has little grooves on the wheels here. You can just put your attachments on these grooves. So that's pretty cool also. Now, anytime that you're sucking up anything wet, it's always a very good idea to make sure you take your filter off. And how you do that is, with this particular model, because mine is a newer rigid, what you'll do with this one, you'll press down on the white piece in the middle. At the same time, you'll pull up, and now your filter's off. And I also highly recommend for wet pickup that you get one of those rigid, wet foam filters to put over this. So that way no debris will go through and go past the motor. That's another thing in general. Whenever you're sucking up anything dry, always make sure you have your filter on the machine at all times. You never want any dirt to go past that motor, because then your motor could die. That is not a very healthy thing for your motor. So again, another thing about sucking up wet debris, you always want to make sure the inside is clean. You can see mine, it has a lot of crap in there, but if I wanted to suck up water, I have to clean that out. And now when you're done sucking up water, I'll show you how you put the filter back on. It's pretty much the opposite of how you did it when you're taking the filter off. So you would put your filter back on like that, and then push the filter back down, and then push it into that white tab there. And see, now your filter's back on. This filter right here is a blue fine dust filter, and I have a little poster back here which shows you the regular white filter, the blue fine dust filter, and the green Hepa filter, along with that wet debris filter. I'll show you that at the end of the video. But again, once you're done with that, you can just put it back on like this. And boom, there you go. This shop vac also has a drain here at the bottom, which is helpful. You don't have to, like whenever you're sucking up anything wet, you don't have to worry about carrying the shop vac full of water because it'll be so dirty. So instead of having to carry it out with it being so heavy, because this is 12 gallons, carrying this thing would be a pain in the butt, right? So you wouldn't ever have to worry about doing that since it has a drain. You know, all you would have to do, all you would have to do is just unscrew this drain, and then all the water will come out. So no having to worry about, you know, carrying this freaking heavy thing full of water. You know, that's a pain. Okay, I know what that's like. It's not fun, alright? I've been there before where I've had to, you know, carry a shop vac because it doesn't have that drain. That sucks. So I find that very convenient that this one has a drain with it. Alright? What else? I remember in the past I've actually had a wet dry vac that was the traditional shop vac brand. Again, those are really nice too. Those are also very reliable, but personally I like the Rigid the best because the Rigid actually makes some fancy looking wet dry vacs in my opinion. That's why I like the Rigid better. That's just personally my opinion. Again, the traditional shop vac brand is nice too, but my most favorite would have to be the Rigid. I like the Rigid the most. Again, you can disagree. You can like the regular shop vacs more. Again, I like the shop vacs too, but again, I just like these Rigids the most in my opinion. So, again, the video is not useful unless we give this a run, right? So, I'll do some quick vacuuming on my floor, show you how well this thing works. Again, very, very powerful machine. This thing is very, very powerful. So let me show you just that. So here we go. So as you can see, this thing works perfectly. I couldn't be more satisfied to have such a great wet dry vac. Yeah, this thing is very nice. If you don't have one of these already, I highly recommend you get one. I mean, again, Rigid is my favorite. I like the Rigid the most, but again, if you want the regular shop vac brand, get one of those too. Those are also very, very reliable. Again, I just like Rigid better because they make fancier wet dry vacs nowadays. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Should I do more videos like this? Let me know. And I hope everyone has an awesome rest of your day. And yeah. So, again, the floor nozzle, basically, I use the floor nozzle the most. I usually always vacuum with it like this. Again, I'll use that car nozzle. I'll use that for vacuuming out the car. Again, this tool here could basically be used just like this one. Then this squeegee tool right here on the back, this could probably be used for, you know, when you're sucking up water. This tool there would be helpful for that. So yeah. So hopefully you found this video useful. And before I go, let me go show you different types of filters you can get for if you own a Rigid like me. Let me show you those different types of filters. So you can see right here, this is my little poster that I have on my wall here. This shows you the types of filters you can get for your Rigid 5 to 20 gallon wet dry vac. Now, if your Rigid is a 4 gallon or smaller, I believe you can still get these same types of filters, except they're the smaller version. But I believe they still have these for the smaller ones too. They're just smaller. I could be wrong, but that's what I believe. Anyways, this white filter here is the VF4000. This is the traditional filter you will find in your Rigid wet dry vac. So, the white filter will get sawdust, general debris, pollens, dust mites. Again, that filter is the traditional filter you will find in your wet dry vac. And then this filter here is the blue filter, the VF5000. This filter will get sawdust, general debris, pollens, dust mites, mold, cold ashes, and fine powders. This blue filter is the filter I currently have in my Rigid wet dry vac right now. And then right here is the green Hepa filter, the VF6000. I think this green filter right here is probably the most important filter to have. The green filter will get sawdust, general debris, pollen, dust mites, mold, cold ashes, fine powders, pet dander, drywall dust, and allergens. So, you can see the green filter will get everything that the white and blue filters don't get. And then, this last filter right here is the wet debris filter, the VF7000. So again, this filter I recommend you get for wet pickup, just to avoid debris from getting past the motor, which you don't want. So yeah, these are all the different filters you can get for your Rigid wet dry vac. So I also have this on my community post if you want to go check it out. But yeah, hopefully you learned something from this video, and be sure to have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later.